Hey, up, how are we all doing? Good to see you all. Welcome back to... I'm moving me mic. Whereabouts are we? About there, that's about right. Welcome back to Premier League... You know, I'm moving it there. That's better. I think that's a little bit better. I think I might need to twist you a little bit that way, maybe, and a push. There you go, maybe you're going that way. How are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League, Dad. We are live now for Middlesbrough against Coventry. Top of the table clash. Top of the table clash tonight. Tolga, how's it going? Razine, hey mate, why no live for the Chelsea-Barca game? Honestly, Razine, this game for me, in terms of the audience that we have on here, is better. It's better. Chelsea-Barca, everyone is watching Chelsea-Barca tonight. Who watches Champions League football. But I think this is a bigger game in English football. This is a bigger game in the Championship. These are the top two sides. It literally is. The irresistible force meets the immovable object, isn't it? Middlesbrough, new manager. There's a couple of subplots there, isn't there? A couple of subplots. Hellberg coming in from Hammarby in the Swedish Allsvenskan. It's his first game in charge of Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough beating Swansea City to his appointment as well, by the way. So, listen, Boro have nabbed a 37-year-old up-and-coming young manager. He comes in to replace the outgoing, controversial Rob Edwards. He's going. So, Boro have got this new manager coming in. Coventry and Boro have got maybe, second best defence in the Championship, I think, after Stoke. Second best defence in the entire Championship, so tough nut to crack. Coventry, on the other hand, best attack in the Championship by a country mile. Like, by a country mile. Literally unbelievable attack. 43 goals in 16 games. They are knocking goals through like nobody's business. Boro, on the other hand, are a little bit shot shy, a little bit goal shy. Just 20 goals for Boro in 16 games. And I think there's only Millwall in the top half of the Championship who've got less. So, yeah, Boro, not a particularly strong attacking side, but very, very defensively solid, cohesive, organised, well-drilled. Coventry, the opposite in terms of attack, very, very strong. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see exactly what happens here tonight. I'm looking forward to this one. We'll go through the team shortly. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Listen, obviously we'll be keeping up to date with all the other Champions League games, all the other Championship games. There's loads of games going on. I can see that Benfica have just gone 2-0 up against Ajax. Union Saint-Gilloise beating Galatasaray, and Galatasaray had a man sent off as well. Who is it who's been sent off? Oh, I thought it might have been Gundogan. I saw Gundogan had got booked earlier, as did Torreira and Davinson Sanchez. Two more ex-Premier League players. But yeah, Galatasaray 1-0 down at home, and they've had a man sent off against Union Saint-Gilloise. Benfica 2-0 up against Ajax. And yeah, we'll keep updated on all the other games tonight. Bodo Glimt against Juventus, Chelsea, Barcelona, Dortmund, Villarreal, Man City, Leverkusen, Marseille, Newcastle, Napoli, Karabag, and Slavia Prague against Bilbao. Marseille, Newcastle is going to be a really interesting game, isn't it? Sam, how's it going? Sam, good to see you. Razine, we're going to tarnish them at the bridge. And Sam, I'm mixed up with languages. No worries, Sam. But yeah, we'll keep up to date on them. Obviously, listen, Luton, Huddersfield, Peterborough, Stevenage. What a big game that is in League One. Peterborough, Stevenage. That's going to be a big one. And the rest of the Championship games tonight. Hull against Ipswich. Norwich against Oxford. Stoke against Charlton. Charlton getting battered by Southampton the other day. Stoke hoping to, maybe get in amongst these two. Swansea against Derby. Watford against Preston. And Southampton against Leicester. Southampton flying under their interim new manager. So, well, maybe a permanent manager, who knows after this one. But Southampton flying against Leicester tonight, maybe. But let me know what you're thinking on this one. Boro, Coventry. Like I said, the irresistible force meets the immovable object. The best attack in the Championship meets the second best defence in the Championship. Going to be a great game. Thank you for the likes, for the shares, for the comments, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Liverpool, Lennox says Liverpool hopefully win tomorrow. I think so too. And Gunners94, Boro 2-1. Nostalgia Bunker says, I thought Arbo was still playing until he popped up. Reese warning, headphone users for keys mic. Oh, is it loud? Oh, sorry. Sorry, let me move it back. I can turn the volume down, I think, but I don't really know how to do it. Let me move it. I think it's my fault, to be honest. I've made it a bit. Sorry. I'll drop a decibel. I'll drop a decibel. Sam, that reminds me of Liam Gallagher with that microphone. In the sunshine. Right, we're about to go live anyway. 9 minutes to kick off here. Gunners94, do you think Arsenal will win the league? Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, I'd imagine you have to at this point. I'd be very surprised. You've not really got any solid competition for it this year, have you? So it's a free hit. If you don't get it, then yeah, I mean, you're never going to have a better chance because Liverpool and City are basically giving it up, aren't they? We're basically saying, there you go, Arsenal, take it. Take it. Carol Harris, good evening. Expect a good game today. Me too, yeah. Big game, this one. I did sort of wrestle with what was the best game to do tonight. Was it Newcastle-Marseille? Was it Chelsea-Barcelona? Was it going to be Boro-Coventry? And I feel like this is the better game. So, who knows? We shall see. Gunners, this reminds me of Liverpool last year. It is a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, we won it last year in the same sort of way in that we, 84 points, which is a pretty low tally for any title winning side. Albeit, to be fair, we won it on 84 points, and in April, we kind of went on holiday. We went to Ibiza. Rio Ferdinand was saying Liverpool have lost like loads of games, and I was like, yeah, but 6 or 7 of them came after we'd already wrapped the league up. We had nothing left to play for in the last couple of months of the season, so we basically just went on holiday, and all the lads got bladdered. So it's not really all that surprising that we lost some games of football in the latter stages of the season. Daniel, Coventry lose when you watch them? Sorry, Daniel. I don't think so. I think Coventry will do well tonight, albeit the last time I watched Coventry was against Wrexham, and you're right, they did lose that night. Liverpool, Lennox, Chelsea could do it. Jake, how's it going, Jake? Good to see you. And Jake, thoughts on City playing their full second 11? Are they? Are they playing the full second 11? Sean McCartney watching the Chelsea-Barca game. I'm not Sean. Big clue up here, Chief. There's Kim Hellberg, the new Boro boss. Swedish, 37 years of age. He comes in from Hammarby in the Swedish Allsvenskan. The reason he impressed Boro so much was because he got back-to-back second place finishes in the Swedish Allsvenskan. And, yeah, he's 37 years of age. That's a big move, that. I mean, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. 37 feels still pretty young to me because it's not much older than me. But I do feel like he looks a little bit like Jamie Vardy, doesn't he? He's got a little bit of a look of Jamie Vardy. But hey, there you go. He's taking in the Riverside. He's taking the audience and the crowd in, and let's see how he does. His first game as Boro boss. Swansea were very, very keen on him. They interviewed him. Boro interviewed him. He went to Boro. And close to kick-off. What can he do tonight? Red Wave LFC says, reckon we beat PSV, then lose to West Ham, to be honest. No, we'll beat both of them. We'll beat the pair of them. And Daniel says, Adi Vivesh is in charge today. Is he really? Nah, well, he is and he isn't, isn't he? He is and he isn't. He might be in the dugout, but I'm pretty confident he won't be in charge. I'm pretty confident the real boss is there now. They're playing for the real boss, and you would imagine Boro will be the Boro players. If you're not playing for your manager tonight, I think they'll step up a gear. Gee, if Mark Goldbridge and Simon Wilson had a kid, hey, that's almost a compliment. That almost a compliment. Reece, you should have done Luton v Huddersfield, Key. Nah, I'm not watching Huddersfield. I get grief off my mate every time we watch Huddersfield. Sam Brown, prediction for Newcastle Marseille. I think Newcastle probably 2-1. I think Newcastle get a win away. I think the City game will be a big confidence boost for him. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. I can add the Riverside to the list of stadiums that I'm not allowed to visit now. Look at the state of that. There you go. There's the list of stadiums Kieran can't go to. Nick 4660, Newcastle winning. I think so, Nick. Yeah, I think Newcastle will get an away win. Jake, hi, what's it on? It's on Sky Sports, mate. Yeah, on Sky Sports tonight. If you do want to watch along, if you don't want to watch the Champions League, then this is a good game to watch. Swerve Chelsea, Barcelona, swerve Newcastle, Marseille. Come and check Boro against Coventry out. In goal for Boro, Sol Bryn, Callum Britton, Samuel Silvera, Aidan Morris, Luke Ayling, Alfie Jones, Morgan Whittaker, Alan Brown, Tommy Conway, Riley McGree, and Hayden Hackney. I don't know why they put them all out like that. I don't know why they just don't put them in the actual formation format. I know Luke Ayling and Callum Britton will be fullbacks, but there's no way Hayden Hackney's playing further forward than Tommy Conway. Coventry, I've got Carl Rushworth in goal. He's had a good season. Milan Van Uwijk at back, and then right back, Jay Da Silva, Matthew Grimes, and Bobby Thomas. With Liam Kitching in... Where's Liam Kitching? Centre back. I hate that. I hate why they structure the teams like that. Sakamoto on the wing as always. Victor Torp, Ellis Sims, Josh Eccles, and Brandon Thomas Asante. So Rushworth, Van Uwijk, Da Silva, Grimes, Thomas, Kitching, Sakamoto, Torp, Sims, Eccles, Thomas Asante. On the bench, they've got Allen, Andrews, Bidwell, Kessler Hayden, Latta Baudier, Mason Clark, Radoni, and Wilson. Interesting, eh? Now the new manager, Hellberg's in the stands. Hellberg's in the stands for Boro. What are Boro going to deliver tonight? Cucho, you're mad. This over Barcelona, brother. No way. Listen, Barcelona and Chelsea will be being watched by every other watch-along channel tonight. Every other watch-along channel tonight. So, I wanted to watch this, and to be honest, Chelsea-Barcelona doesn't interest me anywhere near as much as this one. Because if I'm honest, it's a Champions League game. I think Barcelona will win. Even if they don't, I'm not that interested. It's a league game. This one, Coventry can go 10 points clear tonight. Coventry are the best attack in the Championship against the second best defence in the Championship. There's a new manager. There's a load of subplots here. Personally, I enjoy watching the Championship a lot more. So I'm watching this one. I think this will be a better game. Lewis, I'm not confident winning out in Marseille without a away record, but we will see. And Michael says, Chelsea getting a result against Barca. No, I don't think so. I doubt it. I think maybe a point at best, but I can't see it. Michael says, will you be live tomorrow watching the Championship? No, because Liverpool are on. So Liverpool are my team. I'll be watching Liverpool tomorrow. Cucho, you don't like being a sheep. Nice. Well, it's not necessarily that I don't like being a sheep. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that, but mainly it's because everybody watches. When the Champions League's on, everybody watches the big watch-along channels. Whereas, if you're a bit more niche, which is what we are, to be honest, I watch everyone and anyone. We're a little bit more niche on this channel. Live every single day. We watch all types of games. We cover games that the big watch-along channels don't even know are happening. They don't even cover them. Don't think any of the others... They weren't live for Peterborough against Stockport last week, were they? Yeah, none of them were live for the Lancashire Derby, Preston against Blackburn. We was here for it. Right, we're off and underway. I need to get my clock up. Said clock. Get your mind out the gutter. Right. Here we go. Match time. Get it going. What are we on? 27 seconds. 28, 29. Come on. There you go. Ish. Yeah, that's right. Right, we're all synced up. Tolga, Middlesbrough versus Coventry, full time to Coventry. You think Coventry are going to win this one, Tolga? I think Coventry too. I fancy Coventry tonight. I'm rooting for Coventry. I'm joking. I'm not really that bothered who wins, but I think Coventry would be good to get back in the Premier League. And, yeah, I would prefer Coventry to come up if I had to pick one of these two. But I don't mind. Red Wave, I would say Barca. I wouldn't say Barca draw. Long ball forward down the right-hand side here for Boro. And that's a really good bit of play. Is this Whittaker in? They've got a big chance here. Oh! I tell you what, was that off the line? That might have been off the line in the end. Whew, sweet lord. Daniel, I was thinking Coventry would win, but now you're doing a watch-along. And Alex, evening key, how are things? It's good, mate. How are you? Ball whipped in, cleared away again. Coventry under some early pressure here in the opening couple of minutes. Maybe Boro have stepped up a gear since Hellberg's come in. Isaac says, Joe Linton studs through Greenwood, please. I saw that De Zerbi had been talking about the whole Mason Greenwood thing and how, you know, he doesn't recognise the boy, that he's getting so much stick and all that sort of thing. Understandably, in fairness, but he was saying how he doesn't recognise him. He's a lovely boy and all this sort of stuff. De Zerbi was giving him a lot of praise. It was very nearly an own goal, that, wasn't it? Very, very nearly an own goal. Surprised Kessler Hayden's not started. Owen, slot in or out? That's not a serious question. Slot in. Nobody seriously. No Liverpool fan saying slot out. Joe, hello key lad. Just checking in before I watch the match. Enjoy it, mate. Yeah, I think you'll do all right tonight. I think you'll get the result you need against Marseille. Here's Boro, left-hand side. Poor shots. Poor shots from Silvera there. Cutting on his right-hand side. Samir says, you're not watching Barca v Chelsea. I'm not, no. And he says, all my mates are saying slot out. Are all your mates 14 years of age? Because I would imagine that's why they're saying that sort of thing. Alex says, don't start again with slot in or out, just get behind the lads. And Joe, I'll be happy enough with a point. Difficult ground to thrive at. Yeah, it's a tough play. Listen, the Stade Velodrome has claimed many a good side in the past, so, and they're a good side as well. I mean, Mason Greenwood, for all the abuse he's inevitably going to get, is a wonderful player, and he will cause Newcastle some problems tonight. Samir says, let's be real, no Liverpool fan would say slot out. No, they wouldn't, you're right. They wouldn't. Right, here we go. Boro down the left-hand side here. Stoke have gone 1-0 up against Charlton. Strike! Oh, big chance from Boro. Is that going to be a corner? I think it is. What a start that is. It was Whittaker again. Morgan Whittaker's had a really fast start in this game. He's got down the right-hand side and created a big chance early on. And it nearly went in from an own goal, to be honest. And then they've just got in around the edge of the box. Morgan Whittaker picking up almost like a number 10. Picks it up on his right foot, spins, and within 2 touches, it's a lovely shot from about 25 yards on the spin. Rushworth, would he have had it covered? I don't know, but either way, it's gone out. It's going to be a corner to Boro. Whipped in, cleared away. Daniel says, KKH doesn't play. MVE is the best fullback in the league. He was bought in as a replacement, but MVE never left. I know, but whenever I've seen him play, he's always done really, really well. And sometimes, doesn't he play a little bit further forward sometimes? Always feels to me like he's really good in an attacking sense. 92 FC, I thought you would have had Newcastle on. Nope. Middlesbrough have lost just one of their last 13 home league games and are unbeaten in 9 since a 1-0 loss against Leeds in April. Yeah, unbeaten in the Championship this season at home, Boro. One of the best home forms around. I mean, not even just in the Championship, full stop across the entire Football League. There's not too many sides that are still unbeaten at home in England. But Boro are. And also Coventry, in fairness, you've got to give Coventry praise for where they are this season. They have the biggest lead that anybody has ever had in the Championship at this stage in the season. 7 points ahead of second, and it could be 10 after tonight. If there is a goal in this for Coventry and Coventry were to win it, yeah, they got 10 points clear. Crazy. Fletcher Shepherd, I'm in work watching this. All I can find, Cov fan. Nice. Well, cheers. Good to have you on the channel, mate. Really appreciate it. We've got quite a lot of Coventry fans in tonight on whether it be YouTube or TikTok or X or Instagram or Twitch or wherever you're watching us tonight. But good to have you on, mate. Thank you for joining. And Coventry are also unbeaten at home, are they? I would have imagined being top of the league. But I didn't know they were. So thank you for that. I knew Boro were, but I didn't know Coventry were. The last time we watched Coventry on this channel was the Wrexham game. And Kiefer Moore ran riot. It wasn't a particularly good night for Coventry. So hopefully I bring a bit more luck. Cohen says, I'm a Cov fan and I reckon we lose 2-0. Do you know why? Is that in part because of the performance against West Brom? I noticed there was a few Cov fans who I spoke to who weren't all that happy with the performance against West Brom. Because that all kind of changed around. I know you end up winning it, but it all kind of changed around the red card, didn't it? So is it anything to do with how confident you are in the performance against West Brom and you feel coming into this one? You know, Boro's a tough place to go. Nick 4660, what did you bet, Key? I want full analysis of your bet. Oh, mate, I can't tell you. It's too in depth. It's far too in depth. We'll be here all night. 92 FC says 10-man Everton beating Man U. Great result. Goldbridge had sacked them all. Well, that's a nice nuanced, balanced take, isn't it, from Goldbridge? It's not like him to be dramatic and reactionary, is it? It's not like him to have a little bit of balance and context. Cohen says West Brom was embarrassing to watch. We need a new left back. Who would you go for, realistically, if you could? Given that you might be you probably will be a Premier League side this time next year, would you be buying a left back with that in mind? Would you go in January and go and get one? Just to kind of plug a gap, maybe? Go and get a left back who can just do a job for a little bit? Someone like... I don't know. I guess you'd want experience, wouldn't you? Everton are trying to shift out their left back that they signed from Bayern Munich the other month, wasn't it? They signed Adam Asnu. Hasn't kicked a ball for Everton. Coventry, what a chance! What a goal that is! First chance for Coventry, and that is unbelievable from Ellis Sims. Oh my God, what a goal that is! That is absolutely out of this world. I hope he means this. I really, really hope he means this, because if he does, this is absolutely sensational. And the Boro players just look in disbelief. They've dominated this opening 10 minutes. They've had one off the line up the other end. They've had Morgan Whittaker putting one just wide. They've had Silvera smashing one into the stands. But, you know, it's all been Boro for the first 10 minutes. All of a sudden, Coventry break forward. They get the ball out to Ellis Sims. And that's an unbelievable finish. It's so cheeky. Oh, right-footed, top corner. That is absolutely out of this world. Keeper, no chance. Oh, it's an unbelievable goal. It reminds, you know what it's a little bit like? If you've not watched this, it's a little bit like the Eze goal for England. It's a little bit like the Eze goal where Foden just lays it off into his path. What a pass. What a pass that was, by the way, again. But just lays it off into his path. Ellis Sims curls it into that far corner. Keeper, no chance. Unbelievable goal. 1-0 to Coventry. Oh, hey, and Torp as well. You got to give Torp credit, because the same way we gave Foden credit for the Eze goal, you've got to give Torp credit for the Coventry one. Yeah, Ellis Sims. Joe, that's a brilliant goal. Fair play. Absolutely fair play. Steve Barton, Wrexham roasted Coventry. They did indeed. Yep, Kiefer Moore absolutely battered him. The Legend FK says, did Liverpool express any interest in Eze this past summer? No, I don't think so. And Paul says, I'm going to watch the Champions League. Enjoy, Paul. Yeah, enjoy. No problem. Listen, don't... If you fancy something a little bit different, I've got a feeling this is going to be a good game now. It's sparked into life 10 minutes in. Middlesbrough, best defence. Second best defence in the Championship. They've already been beaten. Oh, unlucky. And then Boro straight on the attack up the other end, though. It's going to be a corner. Yeah. Daniel says De Silva has done perfectly well this season. And Daniel says Sims has been on form since Wright's injury. He's done really well. Cucho says Chelsea 2-2, Barca, or 2-3, Barca to win it. Yeah, it was an awful lot like the Eze goal for England, that one, where Foden just lays it to his right, and Eze just opens his body up and curls it into that far corner. Alex Macklin says James Trafford in goal for City. Surprise, surprise. Coventry now pushing forward again. Hey, they could kill this game off early on. They've only had really one big chance in the game. Oh, handball! Claim for handball! Oh, is it Sakamoto? No, they're not going to check it. But there was certainly a claim. There was certainly a claim. The referee's shaking his head. He's not having none of it. But it looked, to all intents and purposes, they were like, let's watch this back. The ball gets played in from the left-hand side. Sakamoto. Oh, hey, that one might have got away with that one there, you know. He might have got away with that one. Oh, I tell you what, it was Jones. It was Jones at centre-back. Alfie Jones, he just threw an arm out like that. Just threw an arm out and it hit his elbow. And it's going to be a corner to Coventry now. Yeah, the ball got played in from the right-hand side from Van Uwijk, and Sakamoto with a great first touch in the penalty area. And it did just look like he threw his elbow out, Alfie Jones. But it's a corner to Coventry here. Michael Brown, Key, I thought you would be covering the Champions League match between Chelsea and Barca. How many people are going to say this? Everyone says, why are you not watching Chelsea? Why are you not watching Newcastle? We're watching first v second against the Championship. What more do you want, people? What more do you want? Coventry whipped the ball in. Oh, what a goal that is! That is absolutely different class. Oh, we have seen 2 goals of unbelievable quality here. This one's from Kitchen, and 14 minutes in, it's 2-0 Coventry. Oh my God, sweet baby Jesus. I can't, do you know what, this is all about the cross. As much as I want to give Kitchen credit for the header, the header from, is it Kitchen? It's just popped up on my thing. It's Thomas. It isn't Thomas, is it? It might well be. It might well be Thomas. It could be Thomas, it could be Kitchen. I don't know who's got the header on it. But it's all about the cross. It is all about that cross. Is it Eccles who puts the cross back in? Who volleys that back in? Who is it? Oh, it's Grimes. It's Grimes. It's Grimes. Grimes puts a cross in, a corner. It gets headed back out basically to him. And on the volley, he side foot volleys it back in. And bang, great header. It is Kitchen. I knew it was Kitchen. It popped up and said it was Thomas. It definitely wasn't. It was Kitchen with the header. Grimes with one of the best assists you are likely to see in the Championship this season. And there you go. Boro in the mud. Coventry 2-0 up. Daniel says Torp is putting his hat in the ring for early contender for player of the season. Yeah, it was Kitchen, wasn't it? And the legend FK says, could it be, will Coventry City return to the Premier League after many years? I honestly think so. If they're going to be 10 points clear after tonight. 10 points clear. This is different gravy from Coventry. I can't tell you. The first 10 minutes, all Middlesbrough. All Middlesbrough really might even consider themselves slightly hard done by that they've not taken the lead with one of those Morgan Whittaker chances. But Coventry defending well. You know, they were only maybe half chances, but still, all pressure from Boro. Coventry hadn't really had a kick. And then all of a sudden, 10th minute, Torp breaking forward from midfield, rolls the ball off to his left-hand side, and Sims, what an absolute worldie of a strike in the top corner. Like I said, think Eze against... Was it against Serbia for England? The goal where Foden rolls it to his left and Eze puts it top corner. Exactly like that. That was the goal from Ellis Sims that we've just seen. And then the one after it from Kitchen, this one we've just seen then, 2 minutes ago. The header from Kitchen, it might be even better. And it's all about the assist from Grimes as well. Those two in midfield, Grimes and Torp, been fantastic. The ball's out to the left-hand side here now with Thomas Asante. In Coventry now starting to control the game a little bit more. They're starting to get the foot on it. And Boro chasing shadows at the minute. This is maybe not the start that Hellberg would have wanted from the stands. Admittedly, he's not in the dugout tonight. I thought this was his first game. It isn't quite his first game. He's observing from the stands, but he is the new Boro manager. I'm sure he'll have had a conversation with the lads in the changing room beforehand. And he takes charge for the first game at the weekend, I believe. Michael says, at this stage last season, Leeds United were on 29 points and went on to win the Championship title with 100 points. Coventry City, if they win tonight, will be 11 points better off than Leeds were last season. Might be a record-breaking season from a Coventry perspective. If they keep this up. You've got to imagine 10 points clear by the end of November. Coventry City, and I don't want to call it too early, but 10 points clear is 1 foot in the Premier League, isn't it? It's 1 foot in the Premier League, very much so. I mean, how far ahead of third are they now? There's certainly, I mean, Stoke actually are winning, aren't they? So it might not be that much, but... well, the 10 points clear. I was going to say Stoke actually go above Middlesbrough tonight. Because Stoke are currently beating Charlton 2-0. So as it stands, it's going to be Stoke into second, Boro down to third. I mean, in theory as well... If Preston were to win against Watford, they're at Vicarage Road tonight. Preston were to win away at Watford and Bristol City were to win away at Wrexham, there'd only be a point separating Bristol and Preston as well from Boro. So all of a sudden it feels like Boro, the pressure's really on them. And it's quite some job that Hellberg will have inherited. Even though he's got a very, very solid defence, they've not looked it for the last two. Here's Sims. It could be 3. It could be 3. Oh, what a tackle that is. We were talking about what a great defence they've got. And in fairness, it's Luke Ayling, I think, the most experienced head back there. Oh, it's a brilliant tackle. It's a last-ditch tackle. Ellis Sims clean through on goal. It's end-to-end, this. It's like a basketball game. It's brilliant. Everyone's been saying to me in the chat, Key, why aren't you watching Barca Chelsea? Key, why aren't you watching, Newcastle and Marseille? How many goals have they got in the opening? Well, it's only 4 minutes, but you get my point. You get my point. I bet you won't see the quality of goals we've seen tonight in those games in the opening 20 minutes. And the game's not done, by the way. Listen, I'm not calling Boro. Boro will absolutely get their head back into this, I'm sure. They're still a very good side. There's a long, long way to go in this, but Coventry look in complete control now. But I remember Coventry. I really remember Coventry back in the Premier League. Back in the days of Darren Huckabee and Gary McAllister, of course. Liverpool legend Gary McAllister. Steve Froggatt. Yusuf Cheapo. Mustafa Hadji. I can name Coventry City Premier League legends all day. Dion Dublin, of course. Who was the keeper? Coventry had? They had Steve Ogrizovic for a while. Well, Kirkland. Chris Kirkland, another Liverpool legend for different reasons. Mark Light, time 8, just found you here. Mark, thank you so much, mate, for commenting in the chat. If you're watching, you're lurking, put a message in the chat. Say hello. It's nice. My name's Key Mark. Good to have you on. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I watch all football, all different kinds, every day. Mostly Premier League, Championship, but we've done over 40 different competitions this year. I've done over nearly 600 games. So more, if you like live watch-alongs, if that's your thing, I'm not going to give you the hard sell. But if you like live watch-alongs and variety, I'm your guy. Marseille 0, Newcastle 1, and it's Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, of all people. He started to come alive since he got linked with that Scotland international switch. Could Harvey Barnes be going to the World Cup? We might see him affect an accent like Steve McLaren did when he moved to the Netherlands. Although he did it with Jamaica, didn't he, Steve McLaren? Mark says, I'm a Cov fan. Oh, you're doing well. You're doing very, very well. Graham Harris, hi, first time on here. I'm a Cov fan. Good to see you, Graham. Lots of Cov fans in tonight. Coventry are a wonderful side, and hopefully we see you back in the Premier League. It'd be good to see. I nearly said Highfield Road then. It'd be good to see Highfield Road back in the Prem. Get Subaru back on the kit. But I grew up watching Coventry in the Prem. Yes! Watford 0, Preston 1. Daniel Jebison with a goal. Do you know what? He needed a goal, Daniel Jebison, because he was responsible for the Blackburn goal in midweek. Absolutely switched off. Ooh, Ellis Sims, nearly 3-0. They're battering these now. 3-star Reds, I'd love to see Coventry promoted. You and me both, mate. Swifty says Barcelona have just missed a sitter in the Chelsea game. Come on, Barca. Come on, Barca. Come on, Newcastle. We all hate Chelsea. Mark Light says, you don't look old enough for Highfield Road. 35, mate. I remember those days. I remember Gordon Strachan and Yusuf Cheapo, Mustafa Hadji, Steve Froggatt, Steve Grizovic, Chris Kirkland. Yeah. Lots of good players. Robbie Keane. Everyone forgets Robbie Keane at Coventry. Although he moved about a little bit around that time, didn't he? But it was a good side, Coventry. Darren Huckabee and Dion Dublin. What a team that was. Swifty says Mickey Quinn. Did Mickey Quinn play for Coventry as well? That one is a little bit, slightly before my time, Mickey Quinn. Steve Grizovic, legendary keeper. Well, to give him his full title, handsome Steve Grizovic. That should be. Handsome Steve Grizovic. Not that I'm an oil painting myself, but he's a handsome man, isn't he, Steve Grizovic? He's up there with Ian Dowie in the handsome stakes. Jake Fitzpatrick says Harvey Barnes having an amazing week. 4 goals in his last 3 games. I'm telling you, you'll start to see Harvey Barnes just gradually. He'll just fade into it. Just gradually, he'll just start to. In his interviews, he'll just go, well, you know, I'm feeling really good about the season. You know, I'm feeling really good about it. And they'll say, well, Harvey, you were born in like. Where was he born? Leicester? I don't know. Wherever you were born. You were born in Leicester, weren't you, mate? Why? Well, you know, I'm just thinking of my roots and that. Like, I've always felt really Scottish. And he'll be in the World Cup squad not long after that. Graham Harris says, I've got a house on the old Cov City ground. They've kept the centre circle in the middle of the housing estate. Have they really? That's cool. I didn't know they'd even knocked it down for I mean, I knew they'd knocked it down, but I didn't know they'd knocked it down for houses. I guess that's what it always ends up being, doesn't it? Upton Park's like that now, innit? It's all houses. Sad, really, innit? Sad. You like to keep these old grounds, these old cathedrals of football. I'd much rather be going to Upton Park and Highfield Road and Goodison Park, and they're going to get rid of Old Trafford soon. They're on about getting rid of St James's Park soon. Sad. Very sad. Oliver Dwyer says, do you think Coventry could compete in the Prem? Yeah, I don't see why not. Hey, listen, do you know what? You say could Coventry compete in the Prem? If they went up and they didn't sign anyone, then, you know, maybe not. But we didn't think Sunderland would compete in the Prem. Look how well they're doing. If Coventry were to get promoted, and I'm sure based off what we're seeing, they probably will, then they'll go up and they'll spend, won't they? They'll spend a good bit of money. Maybe it won't be as much as Sunderland, but, you know, they've got some quality in there, Coventry. There's no doubt. They don't need to reinvent the wheel, but I'm sure they'll sign some new players. Oh, posh! Oh, where's Jamie Lane? The Peterborough fan who's forever in my lives. Getting beat. Peterborough 0, Stevenage 1. I've got Posh to win tonight. I can't believe it. Cohen says, what do you think the score will be? I think 3-0. Well, 3-1. I think 3-1. I think Boro will push. Maybe second half, Boro will get one. They'll get one back and then Coventry on the counter-attack will hit them. 3-1. They're in total control at this moment in time, Boro. Coventry, sorry. Boro are absolutely not in control. Sorry, miles away. Sky Blue, Danny Tomalin. Good to see you, mate. And Daniel, Coventry have done well against Premier League opposition in recent years. I know, but that's not really a good metric for measuring whether or not they adapt and do well in the Premier League. How they do over a 38-game season. It's a long season. It's usually the squad that keeps you up. It's not even usually the first team, because Coventry inevitably will lose some players. They'll have injuries and they'll need to rotate and all this stuff. It's a very intense step up in the Premier League, and I imagine Coventry would need to reinforce quite significantly if they went up. The same as any other side that gets promoted does. That's not a dig at Coventry, but any side that gets promoted would need to reinforce. Burnley really didn't do it the way I thought they would. Leeds certainly didn't, and the Leeds for me I think are goners. Burnley I think are goners. And the one side that really spent big and invested was Sunderland. Sunderland look, different class. Look Premier League class. Boro hung up to the far post, headed away and cleared to safety by Cov. Michael Brown says Gary Gillespie, former Liverpool legend, played for Coventry City before he went to Liverpool. He did. There's a fair few ex-Liverpool and Coventry players. Craig Bellamy, Gary McAllister, Robbie Keane. Yeah, Chris Kirkland. There's a fair few over the years. Phil Babb, of course. Liverpool's record centre-back signing in the 90s was Phil Babb. I think if you translated that with inflation today, Phil Babb would be like 80, 90 million pounds. He was a massive centre-back signing for Liverpool. Didn't quite work out in the way we'd hoped, but yeah, Phil Babb. Curtis J. Ogrizovic was Ray Clement's deputy for years. He was, yeah. Steve Ogrizovic and Bob Boulder was another one who was around about that time. I think he was our third choice. 92FC says Middlesbrough's old ground was always a scary place to go. What was Borough's old ground? What was that? Roker Park was Sunderland's. What was Borough's? Can't remember. Mark Lights, Headman, yes! It wasn't Glenn Whelan, it was Noel Whelan, wasn't it? Noel Whelan. Yeah. Magnus Headman, Noel Whelan, Thomas Myra. Thomas Myra did play for Coventry, didn't he? He played for Everton. I'm trying to think. Graham Harris says Kurt Stephen was one player. See, that's a name that escapes me. I can't say I'm familiar with Kurt Stephen. Urson Park. It was. Norwich 1-0. Interesting. Baz always loved Manchester United. Tradings AB638. Can you show the match? Yes, mate. Yes, I can. Reese, is there no United fans for me to banter? I can't believe I missed that live kit. Oh, it was brilliant, last night. It was great fun. United fans, to be honest, none of them were in. You can find United fans at the minute are like rocking horse shit. You can't find them. They're like unicorns. They've totally gone off grid. Jake Fitzpatrick, do you remember 8-1 Boro v City in the 2007-08 season? One of the most iconic games. I do, yes. Who was it who scored the free kick for Boro? Was it Rochenbach? Oh, Coventry, chance! Ooh, good save. Yeah, was it Rochenbach? Who was it who scored the free kick for Boro that day? It was 8-1 to Boro against City, and it was when City were managed by... Was it Sven? Were they managed by Sven at that point? I remember Michael Ball was playing. He might have even had Robinho at that point. But Boro absolutely battered him. It was when Boro had Afonso Alves and all them, I'm pretty sure. Wasn't a particularly good Boro side, I don't think. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank might have been there. I might be jumping around a little bit. Apologies, Boro fans, if I've got that wrong. You can educate me on it. I can't recall exactly who started. Adam464 says, United, the gift that keeps on giving. Daniel, Mido and Tunchai. Mido and Tunchai. Tunchai was a good player. He was underrated, I thought, Tunchai. Really good at Stoke as well. Chance! Must be! It is 2-1! What a finish that is! And is it Morgan Whittaker again? Morgan Whittaker has been the best player for Boro by some distance tonight. He's been brilliant. And he's finally got the goal that maybe his performance deserves. It's an absolutely brilliant ball into the box. It's headed, it's flicked on, and then left-footed. He kind of slices it, but he cuts across it. It's a deliberate slice from Morgan Whittaker, and he slices it into the bottom corner on the volley. That's a really good goal from Boro, and there you go. The game is back on. I told you this game was still very much in play. It gets played into the box. Boro pick up the second ball. It's stood up. Oh, it's a great finish, that. That is some finish. Again, left-footed on the volley. Maybe 10 to 12 yards out. Ah, some goal, that. Honestly, the quality of goals tonight has been absolutely brilliant from both sides. They fully deserve to be in front, Coventry, but Boro have done really well. And you know what? Game on. Game on. Adam464 says, can you name the 2 players that have played for Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal? Surely there's more than 2. Surely there's more than 2 played for Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. Yossi Benayoun's one, Nicholas Anelka's another, but surely there's more than just them. I'm not having that. There's definitely more than just Benayoun and Anelka. In the whole Premier League, there's only been them two. Chelsea and Arsenal have always had players play for each other. More than just those 2 must have bounced to Liverpool. But it's a good question. I like that. Mark Light says, I've got to admit, Cov have been leaking goals recently. I was going to say, you conceded 2 against West Brom, and it's a free kick now on the edge of the box. It's a free kick. Grimes is protesting. But Morris was driving forward for Boro, and is it Torp who maybe nicked him? I don't know if it was Torp who maybe tripped him up. It's definitely Torp tracking him. Morris gets ahead. Yeah, it looks like he wins the ball, but does he go through the man to get it? No, that's unlucky. That shouldn't be a free kick. Coventry can feel very, very hard done by there, because it's a free kick now, just left of centre, maybe 20 yards out. It's right on the edge of the box. About 20 yards out. This is a really, really good... Do you know what? I think if you wanted a free kick, I'm not sure you could place it much better than this. If you wanted a free kick, this is pretty much exactly where you'd want it. Maybe a touch further out. But nah, this is about the right sweet spot. Just left of centre. Close enough that you can get it up and over and down. Or you can just absolutely John Arne Reeser it. But Middlesbrough 1, Coventry 2. Free kick right on the edge of the box here. Here we go. Hackney stood over it. Right-footed. He stepped away from it. It's left-footed. And it's into the wall. Nah, straight away cleared. And that's going to go all the way through to the keeper, I think. D28 says Sterling has played for all of them. Yeah, I was going to say Sterling as well. Sterling's played for Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. I forgot about that. But Anelka has. And Benayoun has. So there's well more than 2. 3-Star Red says, how's that wonderful team from the East Midlands doing against Swansea? I'd be heartbroken if they're losing. I'll tell you the rest of the scores right now. Derby are currently winning, mate. Derby 1-0 up against Swansea. Watford 0, Preston 1. Southampton 1, Leicester 0. Stoke have just scored a third against Charlton. Charlton, by the way, who were 5-0 down just before half-time against Southampton in their last game. They're 3-0 down now with 10 minutes to go to half-time. That's got to be a record for half-time goals conceded in back-to-back games. Surely. Absolutely. That Nathan Jones will be tearing what little hair he has left out of his head. Norwich 1, Oxford United 0, Middlesbrough 1, Coventry 2, Hull 0, Ipswich 0. That's the only other championship games going on tonight. In League 1, it is still Peterborough 0, Stevenage 1. We need Posh to come back in that one. Luton 1, Huddersfield 0. And into the Champions League, Ajax 0, Benfica 2 earlier tonight. Galatasaray getting beat 1-0 at home to Union SG. Bodo Glimt 0, Juve 0, Chelsea 0, Barca 0, Dortmund 0, Villarreal 0, City 0, Leverkusen 0, Napoli 0, Karabag 0, Slavia Prague 0, Bilbao 0, and the only goal in the whole of the Champions League is that one from Harvey Barnes. Marseille 0, Newcastle 1. So, again, everyone was telling me, Key, why aren't you watching the Champions League? Why aren't you doing the Champions League games? Well, better game in the Championship, innit? 92 FC says Newcastle and Liverpool seem to do a lot of business over the years, mainly Liverpool taking Newcastle players. I don't know, they've had a fair few of ours as well. But yeah, we've taken a lot of Newcastles. We had Dietmar Man. Obviously Wijnaldum. But they've had Rush off us, they had Barnes off us. We had Andy Carroll off them. We had Jose Enrique off them. They had Javier Manquillo after us. Maybe not necessarily from us, but yeah, there's been a fair few that bounced between Liverpool and Newcastle as well, I agree. City 0, Leverkusen 1. Oh, that's a shock. There's a shock in the Champions League. City 0, Leverkusen 1. Grimaldo with the goal. Grimaldo putting Leverkusen 1-0 up at City. Good grief. Coventry with a ball in. Chance! Oh, nearly 3. Was that Torp? I think it was Torp. Torp breaking into the area. Arriving late in the box. Great header. Ah, it's unlucky. And Southampton have gone 2-0 up against Leicester now. Curtis J, McDermott, Beardsley. Oh, absolutely. If you go further back, absolutely. Yeah, McDermott, Beardsley. Quite a few going back. I mean, Keegan obviously bounced between both clubs as well. Southampton 2, Leicester 0. It was Finn Azaz with that goal. Here's Morgan Whittaker, stood up and cleared away. Coventry just about hanging on. I think they could do with half-time at this point, you know, Coventry. It's going to be a free kick to Boro. They're giving away some cheap fouls here, you know, now, Coventry. Silvera on the touchline. He's won a free kick for his team. Archie says, why are you watching Championship when the Champions League's on, lad? Because the Championship is producing better quality football, and there's no denying that, looking at the scorelines right now across the Champions League. Daniel says that Ajax v Benfica game was dull. Ajax are a shadow of the team they used to be. And Reece Cronshaw says, Jose Enrique, what a player. Yeah, brilliant player, Jose Enrique. Daniel, do you think Will still took the Saints job for the wrong reasons? What do you mean? You seems like you're alluding to something there. Have I missed something with Will Still and Southampton? Do I think he took the job for the wrong reasons? I don't know. I assumed he took it because it was a big club and he wanted a job in England because it raises the profile of you as a manager. But I don't know. Who knows? VAR check on a Chelsea goal, says 3-star Reds. And 92FC says Rush and Barnes were pensioners when you sent them to us with their bus passes. That's true. To be honest, if I'm dead honest, mate, that wasn't even like Russian Barnes. Hang on a minute, didn't Russian Barnes? Did Rush come to Newcastle from Liverpool, or did Rush come to Newcastle from Leeds? Because he went to Leeds as well. I don't know if he went Liverpool, Newcastle, Leeds, or Liverpool, Leeds, Newcastle. I can't remember. Either way, he was only at Leeds for 1 year. But the reason, no, it was Newcastle first, wasn't it? Because Kenny Dalglish wanted him brought in to be like his spy in the dressing room. That's what it was. He wanted players who he could trust in the dressing room. That's why. And to be honest, that's what a lot of managers do. As soon as most managers, back in the 90s anyway, when managers joined a club, the first thing they did was bring in a player that they knew, that they trusted, that they could, get the dressing room on side kind of thing. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Gerard Houllier did the same when he very first arrived at Liverpool. Gerard Houllier did it. He signed a French player called Jean-Michel Ferry, who didn't kick a ball for us really. He was this overweight French player with no real reputation. Certainly not a reputation that would have said he's a Liverpool player. But he came in and he was with us for like half a season and then he left. But it came out later that he was just a spy in the camp, basically. Just to help Houllier know who was the wrong uns. Boro with a chance! Oh, nearly! Coventry, big defence. It was McGree. Who was it? McGree, yeah, McGree with a shot. Who is it who heads that wide? Gets a deflection off the Coventry centre-back. It's a good block in the end, actually. And very nearly 2-2, right on half-time. This is getting good. Oliver Dwyer says, if you could bring back one past Liverpool player in their prime to fit into the current squad, who would it be and why? Gerrard. That's easy. We need a midfielder, and he's the best player in Premier League history, as far as I'm concerned. But that's maybe me being a slightly biased Liverpool fan. But yeah, for me, he's unbelievable. So I would have Gerrard back in at centre mid, and we desperately need him. For everything else, not just for how good he was, but standards and tackling and effort and leadership and everything. He was everything. He was literally Captain Fantastic and a player. 3-Star Red says, I'm old enough to have seen all those former Liverpool legends, along with many other legends from other clubs. You are. You're an old time. You're a wise old owl, aren't you, mate? You've seen a lot. Boro, they never getting a penalty for that. Yeah, never getting a penalty for that. Chelsea 1, Barcelona 0. Who scored it? There's a goal at Stamford Bridge, but who to? Chris Kamara. Daniel says, still gave up a top division team, but took a demotion, to be closer to his girlfriend who has cancer. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Cohen Cov says, what was Boro's goal like? Very, very good from Morgan Whittaker. Oh, cheers. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was an absolutely brilliant volley from Morgan Whittaker about 12 yards out. Sliced it. Look at that. It's an own goal from Jules Koundé, the Barcelona goal. Bodo Glimt, 1-0 up against Juve. Yeah. Mark Light says Coventry needs half-time. Yeah, sorry, apologies by the way. It was Thomas Asante who went down, and Mason Clark's come on for him. And there might be another injury here for Coventry. Lampard's. They might not be able to make it to half time here. Might be another injury. Who might be going on? He looked like he was limping then, but I think he should be okay. Was it Eccles limping? Looked like Eccles maybe was limping there, but I think he's going to make it to half time. Steve says, looked like he tweaked his left knee and immediately knew it. 3-Star Reds, one thing I never saw in all those years, but I have now in the past 2 years. What's that? 92FC says, do you think set-piece coaches are a bit of a gimmick? It's done nothing for Newcastle. Liverpool, I mean, look, I can understand it because people are trying to get any sort of marginal gain that they can. You have to at that top level. So I can understand it. But are they a bit gimmicky? I don't know. Listen, Liverpool appointed a throwing coach, and we ended up winning. I think we had the highest number of expected assists created from throw-in situations or whatever mad metric it was off the back of the throw-ins. Like, we got this throwing coach. Groneveld, I think his name was. Thomas Groneveld. He was a Danish throw-in coach. And we appointed him, and it was seen as a bit wacky at the time. And since then, it's been adopted up and down the Football League, I believe. Pioneers at Liverpool. No, I think, yeah, there was something about... Because I remember there being stories about it saying, oh, what are they appointing this guy for? Steve Barton says, Boro pressure has been significant for the last 15 minutes. Boro have been the better side, certainly in the last 15, yes. But Coventry are just growing back into the game. I mean, I do think Coventry need half-time here. They need to get in and reset. And Lampard will maybe just rejig a few things. You've got the lead. You're going to come under a bit more pressure second half. You can better believe that. And Boro again. That's really, really tidy play. They're in down the right-hand side. Good play. And it's well cleared away, and it's going to be a free kick to Coventry. Mike Light, it's going to be a tough game for Coventry. Boro well up for it. Yes, absolutely they are. Playing really well as well. By the way, if you haven't yet, please do, just as we're heading to half-time, we've got a little break in play here. If you haven't yet, please do consider giving us a like on the video. Please do subscribe. Like I said, I'm live every single day. We'll be live for... We've done Coventry and Boro games quite frequently this season. I'm sure we'll do plenty more. But we do watch-alongs of all sorts. So I'll be live for Liverpool tomorrow. On Thursday, I'm doing Aston Villa against Young Boys, followed by Strasbourg against Crystal Palace. And on Friday... Who have we got on Friday? I think it's the Championship again on Friday. It's Oxford United against Ipswich, I think, on Friday night. I'm pretty confident it is. So yeah, I'll be live again on Friday for the Championship. So if you fancy all that, and that's your thing, consider giving us a follow. If not, good to have you in the chat anyway. 92FC says, when you mentioned Charlton, I forgot they existed. They're like a forgotten team. Well, I mean, to be honest, they started the season quite well, but the last couple of games, Nathan Jones will be gutted because, yeah, 5-0 against Southampton. I mean, they ended up making it 5-1 in the end, but it was 5-0. They were 5-0 down before half-time. And then they're 3-0 down against Stoke as it stands. Daniel says, top goal scorer, BTA, goes off with a hamstring injury. Well, Morris has gone off now for Boro. So Boro having to make a change as well. Both teams forced into changes. Boro haven't brought anyone on yet for Morris. Obviously, they're down the tunnel. There you go, it's half-time. But, yeah, Boro losing Morris. And Coventry losing Thomas Asante. So, not ideal, it has to be said, from both managers' perspectives. But Coventry will be the happier of the two sides. Obviously, great start to the game. Sims and Kitchen with goals in 15 minutes. Very much against the run of play. And then Morgan Whittaker with a great goal to get Boro back into it. What a game this is. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. Should we let's turn over and put the Champions League on for 5 minutes or whatever. Let's put the Champions League on. Go on, why not? City Leverkusen. Should we put City Leverkusen on? Should we? Or should we put Champions League? Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea's on Prime, innit? I can't be bothered with Prime. We'll put it on Leverkusen. We'll put Leverkusen on. City Leverkusen. We've got 10 minutes of this. Go on, we'll watch that for a minute. 3-Star Red says Liverpool will turn it on tomorrow, Key. But you know what? You say that, but it won't matter. It doesn't matter if Liverpool turn it on tomorrow because we won't get any credit. Liverpool win 5-0 tomorrow. All people will say is, well, you should do. It's PSV. If Liverpool win 3-2, then everyone will be like, ooh, hey, that was close. It wasn't convincing, was it? So even if we win, no matter how we win, we'll get stick. God forbid we draw or lose. Christ, if we lose, they'll have their they'll have the pitchforks out for Arne Slot. HGTXV says this Barca high line is so bad. If they come up against teams with attackers who have pace, one ball and you're in behind on their keeper. And D28 says Leicester down to 10 men. HGTXV, where are we up to? Sorry. Paul Hexham said Glimpse should be 2 or 3 and up. 2 or 3 up against Juve. Well, I'm very surprised that Chelsea are winning. I feel like if Chelsea do win, then Barcelona, it's only going to be a narrow win. I still think Barca score second half. Still think they score second half. City aren't playing particularly well here though, for what it's worth. Leverkusen have started really dominating and hitting him on the counter, and they're in again here now. What a ball that is. Good defending. City give it away again. Honestly, I've never seen a team give the ball away so easily since Liverpool the other day. Yeah, they're giving us a run for the money in how easy they give the ball away, City. So cheap in possession. So cheap. Stephen Barton says stats show Boro on the front foot. And they are, aren't they? Yeah, no doubt about that. Certainly the better team in the final sort of 15 minutes of that half. Means the game's delicately poised and ready for a big half in the next one. So, I don't know. But Boro, I still feel like my prediction, and I got a lot of stick for this, but I do still feel like Boro are going to be a side that make the playoffs, not necessarily the automatic spots. And that's nothing to do with Rob Edwards, but I feel like the lack of attacking threat hurts them. It's usually teams that can score lots of goals than teams that have decent defences. And they do have a very solid defence, Boro. I don't think they could have done anything about the 2 Coventry goals tonight. But they're not scoring enough goals. They don't cause teams enough problems. So unless they find a way to alleviate that, then honestly, it's going to be a long season for them as well. 3-star Reds, I've said it before and we'll say it again. Some of Liverpool's fan base should be grateful for what they've got. Many a club in the other 3 divisions would gladly take their place in the top flight. This is it. No, but this is because the people who are saying slot out are all, for the most part, kids. People who have grown up only knowing Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. They've never had to experience the Roy Evans years as I did, or even the Graham Souness years before that. But the Roy Evans years were bad. Christ, I saw a joint manager. I've seen something most other clubs haven't seen at all. I don't think, has that happened anywhere else in English football? Joint manager? Roy Evans and Gerard Houllier. Yeah, that's a great idea. What we'll do is we'll make you joint managers with equal responsibility. That's surely going to work. Lasted about 5 minutes. Chimey, why aren't you watching the Barca game, Keith? Because honestly, this one's a better one. This is a bigger game. It's a much bigger game. Coventry v Boro, or Boro v Coventry rather, is a much bigger game, and it's been a better game, in my opinion. Graham says if Coventry win, they'll be 10 points clear. And Mark, just seen the table. Cov having a great season so far. Absolutely. Daniel says Coventry joint managers won the FA Cup. You're joking me, really? Who was the joint managers who won the FA Cup for Coventry? I'm not doubting you, by the way. Coventry FA Cup joint manager. John Sillett and George Curtis, joint managers in 87. Hey, there you go. I stand corrected. I apologise. I am incredibly ignorant. It was only 87 as well. I would have expected to know a bit of that, but no. 1987, joint managers winning the FA Cup. Well, I tell you what, maybe it's aged incredibly badly because Roy Evans and Gerard Houllier were terrible joint managers. '92 FC says, I was never a fan of player managers. Kenny Dalglish was the first real top level player manager, wasn't he? Well, maybe there was one before that, but Kenny Dalglish certainly was a bit of a game changer in the English league for that, and came in and won the league, won the league himself on the final day at Stamford Bridge, of course. Managed and played. What a player. Mark Light says Lampard needs a plan for that second half. What would you do if you're Frank Lampard in the dressing room at half time now? What are you saying to those players? How are you approaching this second half? Southampton 3, Leicester 0. Leicester, hey, and they were one of my predictions as well to come up. I thought Leicester might do all right this season. I thought West Brom would do all right this season. Both, even Sheffield United, I thought they'd do okay, but they're all kind of struggling this season. Pup says, evening sir, what have I missed? Just turned on the City game and they're already down 1, oh dear. And Chelsea 1-0 up against Barca. What you've missed here is an absolutely unbelievable game. Coventry have been terrific. Boro for the last 15 minutes of the half and the first 10 minutes of the half, they were also terrific. And it's been a really, really good game. Coventry scored, in fact, all 3 goals. Boro 1, Coventry 2, all 3 goals were terrific. Like, really, really high quality. Sam McCann, opinions on Kitching's goal, assisted by Grimes. That might be a better goal than the Ellis Sims one. For me, anyway. The Ellis Sims goal was terrific. Reminded me a lot of Foden. What a wonderful pass by Phil Foden to Eze, by the way, in the England game. And it reminded me a bit of that, where he just rolls it into his path on the right-hand side, edge of the penalty area, and Sims just passed it into the top corner, opened his body up. Great goal. But the second goal, the control from Grimes, to volley that first time, with the ball coming down as it was, to volley that side foot volley and get it controlled so that it dips in and arrives, basically lands on the penalty spot, and Kitchen gets his head on it. It's so good. It's a fabulous ball in. Fully deserved. Pup says Souness was a great player manager. Souness was a very decent manager. He just maybe a better pundit. And Chimey, I'll never forget Giggs subbing himself into a match while he was interim manager. And Steve Barton, Charlton down 3-0 would be 3 losses in a row for them now. Good. Get rid of Nathan Jones. I hate Nathan Jones. Hate's a strong word. I don't like him. He does me head in. He's annoying. I'd love it if Nathan Jones got binned off. That's harsh. I don't like seeing anyone losing the job. But I'm sure he'd go and get another one somewhere else. Yeah, Nathan Jones, I find his touchline antics a little bit irritating at times. 92 FC says, am I crazy, but the Championship might be in the top 15 leagues in the world? 15? 5? City! Must be! Oh, what a save! The Leverkusen keeper's going absolutely nuts. Reinders should finish that one. He's another player who I don't think's had a particularly good start to his City career, Reinders. He did well in that first game against Wolves, and after that, he's been pretty pants, I think. Shay, are you doing this over Barca Chelsea, Key? I am, yes. Steve Barton says Nathan Jones losing his mind and his hair right now. Join the club. Join the club. We'll all go to Turkey together. Daniel says they had a statue put up this year. I think they passed away recently. Oh, the 2 Coventry managers. Oh, bloody hell. Cucho, red card, Araujo, Barca will get battered now, maybe. Well, let's hope not, anyway. Pup says easily in the top 7 or 8. Yeah, I would say so. If you're naming your top 10 leagues in terms of quality, you'd say Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Liga 1, probably Primera Liga. But is the Primera Liga better than the Championship? I'm not sure it is. Is the Eredivisie better than the Championship? I don't know. The Eredivisie probably is. I'd say the Eredivisie is. The Eredivisie's better. The SPL's not better than the Championship, is it? The SPL's not better than the Championship. The Primera League is not better than the Championship. Honestly, I think the Danish Super League is better than the bloody Primera League, the way this season's going. Have I missed anything? Don't think I have, to be honest. No, I think that's probably about right. I'd say the Championship might even be 6th. It might be the 6th best league in Europe. There's maybe there's maybe an argument that, because I think Serie B and Bundesliga 2 and the Segunda Liga and Ligue 2 as well, they've got some pretty good teams as well. Steve Barton, thank you for the super chat, Steve. That's very kind of you. Very unnecessary, but I really do appreciate it, mate. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Pup says, I am biased there with the SP Hell. And Chimey says, Serie A better than Bundesliga. I'm coming around to that as well. I just feel like the Bundesliga's at least got one very, very good side. If not, I think Bayer Leverkusen's a decent side and Dortmund's a decent side. And if you're talking Bayer Leverkusen, Dortmund, Bayern against Napoli, Inter, AC, if those 6 teams were to have a little round robin, I think Germany would win. Yeah, I do. I think Germany would win that. Michael Stokes, what's the score? It is Boro 1, Coventry 2. And Mark Light says Cov plays Charlton on Saturday. Coventry v Charlton on Saturday. Christ, that's the one team you don't want, isn't it? If you're Charlton, if you're Nathan Jones. Although saying that, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe actually Coventry are the best team that Charlton could play right now. Because that's a free hit, isn't it? They're expected to lose. That's the easiest team talk Nathan Jones will ever give. That's exactly who you want to face. If you're Nathan Jones, you say to these lads now getting back in, listen, you've just been snotted 5-1 by Southampton. You're now 3-0 down against Stoke. You probably lose this one 4-5. Who knows? I mean, maybe he doesn't say that at half time. That's probably not the nicest thing to say. But if they do, they lose this one comfortably. The easiest thing he can say is, listen, you've got Coventry at the weekend. Everyone's expecting you to lose, lads. Everyone. You cannot possibly get this wrong. Go there and lose 3 or 4-0. It's expected. Go there, turn up, make it difficult for them. Maybe it's 0-0 at half time. Maybe you pinch one on a set piece. Maybe you get a penalty. Keep it tight. Keep it tight for as long as possible. Frustrate them. That's the easiest team talk you get as a manager. 3-star Red says not many of Europe's top leagues play 46 league games on top of cup games in a season. Again, yes, that's also a very, very fair point, is it? And play to such intensity as well. The Championship's a wonderful league for intensity. Sam McCann says Championship is the best league in the world, hardest to get out of, and fans are the best quality. I'd agree with that. I like the dedication from Championship fans. It's always good when we do Championship games because you get a slightly different feel to what you get on Premier League and Champions League nights. And equally, when we've done Argentinian Primera Liga games and we get Argentinians and South Americans turning up in the chat, and we've done Danish Superliga games, Latvian League games. We're doing a Saudi Pro League game on Christmas Day. I'll just a quick reminder for Christmas Day. I am live every single day. or typically, there's been a very select few days this year where I've not managed to go live, but I'm live typically every single day, and I'm live on Christmas Day this year. We're going to be doing we'll be the only watch along channel on the whole of YouTube that will be live on Christmas Day. About 5 o'clock, the Saudi Pro League, here we come. Al Ettifaq. I'll be watching it on Christmas Day. So if you fancy a bit of company with your Christmas dinner, I'll have my Christmas dinner out. We'll do a mukbang, and we'll be watching the Christmas Saudi Pro League Christmas watch along. Why not? So I've committed to doing a Christmas watch along, and to be honest, I'm made up because I'll be opening presents for my little girl in the morning. I'll be cooking dinner around about 12 o'clock ish. We'll be having dinner about 2-3 o'clock, and then I'll get to come and watch footy with you lads and lasses because me in-laws are around. They're coming round, so I'll be able to go. Oh God, I wish I could stay, but I'm gonna have to go and watch football. I'm gonna have to go and work. Oh. What a nightmare. So I'll be off. I'll be off as soon as I'm able to. I'll be straight here to watch the Saudi Pro League on Christmas Day. So again, if you're lonely this Christmas and you fancy some company, I will be here on Christmas Day. 3-star Reds, we spent 23 years in the EFL, and I can say 100% I do not want to return to that rat race again. Normal guy, good to see you, mate. How's it going? How's things stateside? Left a like, very kind of you as always, mate. Here's the Leverkusen goal. Here's Grimaldo, ball over to the left hand side. This was a great goal. What a finish that is. Oh, the skipper, the left back. What a game, what a goal. Daniel, did you see Ronaldo won't be suspended for the World Cup? I didn't know he was suspended for the World Cup. What was he suspended for the World Cup for? DC, will you be watching the Arsenal game tomorrow since it's a more important and better game? How's it more important? As far as I'm aware, they're all worth 3 points, aren't they? Pretty sure they're all worth 3 points, mate. Taylor, I'll drop in and say Merry Christmas and then I'm off. Listen, pop in if you want to. If you don't, you don't. It might only be 2 of us there. There might be 3 of us there. I don't know how many's going to be. I don't know how many we're going to get on Christmas Day. But I will be here. I absolutely will be here. Please tell me that's not true. Have I missed that? As if someone's done that. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. Sweet Lord, they're back out the blocks. They're back out the blocks and Boro have equalised. Oh, what is going on? Where's my score? And my clock? I've not updated my clock. Come on, sort yourself out, Key. Two. Good grief. How's no one told me? I'm still sat here watching City highlights, for God's sake. And I've missed a goal. You lousy buggers. Who scored it? Own goal. Oh, sweet Lord. Well, 2-2. You're never getting a penalty for that. You're never getting a penalty for that. And now Boro have come out right out of the trap second half here. That's the first time in the history of this channel that I've actually missed a goal doing a watch along. Oh, I'm well annoyed. Richard Nelson, evening all. How's it going? And Mark Light says, oh my God, gutted. Cov struggling now. Well, they're certainly up against it. Daniel says he elbowed an Irish player in the qualifier in the last match. Yeah, but that's not... Surely that's not him suspended for the World Cup, right? Surely that gets wiped. Swansea 0, Derby 2. And Timbo says key, Chris Kamara, Thomas. Well, it was, yeah. There's been a goal, Chris. Has there? Red card. I saw him leave the pitch. I thought they were just bringing a sub on, Jeff. Oh, God. The Legend FK says, I'll tell you what, this Kukurea is some player. Oh, yes. Cheers, Steve. Good to see you. Steve's joined our Premier League Dad Supporters Club. Good to have you as a member, Steve. Good to have you as a member. Listen, I'm still developing the whole membership options. I've only just recently launched that, but I'm starting that to be basically at full time. We're going to be doing an extra Premier League Dad digest, I guess, where we talk about the game at the end. So it's a little bit more Patreon-y, but you'll get a lot more benefits than you do right now. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Steve. Certainly helps me to keep being able to bring these lives to you. Normal Guy says, Nuno Mendes ghost is locked up Yamal. And 92 LFC says, or 92 FC says, greatest super sub has to be Mark Robbins for Man U. Yeah, Mark Robbins. Big goal in Man United's history, wasn't it? Kept Fergie in a job. Mark Robbins. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer scored a few, obviously. David Fairclough was always super sub for us. Although, to be honest, I think the most goals for a substitute for Liverpool has been overtaken now. I'm sure it's Divock Origi. I'm sure it is Divock Origi is our super sub. FC35 says Newcastle playing shite, and Joe says hello, key lad. How's it going? The legend FK says Caicedo, Estevao, Neto, so many good players at Chelsea. And Timbo, did you have us beating Barca today, Key? I have got Chelsea 1.5 handicap. So I didn't necessarily have you to beat Barca, but I did think if you were to lose, you'd only lose by 1 at the absolute most. I thought it'd be a close game. MK13, what game are you watching, Key? It's a big clue just above my head here on TikTok. You won't be able to see it on YouTube and Twitch. But there's a big clue just above my head. It'll tell you what game I'm watching. Ash, how's it going? Good to see you. And Normal Guy says Yamal has only had 1 shot for the first 45 minutes. Crazy. You still got to remember that he's only a kid, though. Here we go. Long throw into the box from Coventry. Easy header away from Boro. MK13, I read it. I thought, surely that's a mistake. You're not watching Barca. No, not watching Barca. Much prefer the Championship. Big game in the Championship. First v second. Huge game. Huge game. Come on. It's been a brilliant game. I'm just gutted I missed that second Boro goal. Mackenzie, Newcastle are playing alright. It's just the final ball is bad and tactics are spot on, but Marseille fans are fire. Marseille fans are known for making a strong atmosphere, aren't they? Here we go. Change for Coventry. Is it Torp coming off here? Is it Torp coming off? It's honestly, it's awful when you have to watch it via the red button because it's never. Is it Eccles? I think it might be Eccles coming off. Yeah, it is. Eccles off for Coventry. Target has come on for Morris, by the way, and Kessler Hayden has come on for Eccles. So yeah, Matt Target's come on for Aidan Morris at half time for Boro, and Kessler Hayden coming on for Eccles. So he'll probably play in front, just in front of Josh De Silva on that left hand side, I imagine maybe. Will he? Or will he play further forward? No, he will, won't he? He'll play in front of Van Uwijk, and Sakamoto maybe moves into the middle, possibly. Sakamoto more of a number 10 now. 92 FC says, do you think teams play better under the floodlights? It seems to be the case for Newcastle. They always raise their game at home anyway. I mean, Newcastle are always raising the game at St James's Park. It's just an unbelievable place to... This is why I don't want them to go. St James's Park is one of the best, if not the best, away ground. Like, it's brilliant. Atmosphere. It's got that horrible feel to it. You don't want to go there. It's a really, really intense... I love St James's Park as a as a rival, well, it's not a rival fan, but you know what I mean, as an away fan, I think St James's Park, they should be moving heaven and earth to keep. The last thing you want to do is knock that down. The same with Old Trafford as well. You can't rebuild what Old Trafford brings, and you can't rebuild what St James's brings. You can't get that. It's history, it's everything. It doesn't matter. If all they'll do is they'll build something that's a little bit more flashy and a little bit more corporate, and it might have an extra 20,000 seats in it, maybe at a push. In fact, and most of them will be corporate. It'll have 2 layers of corporate, because that's all they want nowadays. But it'll ruin the atmosphere. Right, here we go. It's a long throw into the box from Britain. Oh, he's gone short. Here's Morgan Whittaker. Britain. Great run from Britain. Chance must be. Oh, cleared away. Britain, who's got 4 assists in his last 5 games. He is absolutely flying down that left-hand side. Good ball in. Headed away. That's going to be a free kick, surely. And it is. Pressure off Coventry. It was Ayling into the back of... who was it who went into the back of? Kessler Hayden? I think it was Kessler Hayden, wasn't it? On the edge of the box. Mark says, my Cov prediction for the Boro game was a draw. Let's see what happens. Well, I've gone Coventry 1.5 handicap. So, again, I figured that if Boro were to win, it would only be a very narrow win. It would only be by 1. So, I expect it's going to be a Coventry. I'm hoping it's just 1 goal either way. Taylor says, put the ball in the net and 2 goals, offside, 1 was an own goal. Timbo says, Chelsea play better under the floodlights too, Liverpool do too. It is a thing, I think. Maybe it's something to do with winter as well, though, because I feel like it's not just under the floodlights, it's also like winter time, this time of year. Liverpool always play better around November, Christmas time. This, and even early, like in January, I feel like Liverpool have always historically done well, like a crisp winter's night under the floodlights. Yeah, we always raise our game. I don't know why. Daniel says St James's Park is the worst away ground. The players look like ants in the away stand. Yeah, because you're right up in the gods, aren't you? It's crap for visiting. It's awful for being an away fan in the ground, but it's a brilliant stadium, and it's good for in terms of atmosphere and rivalry, isn't it? Joe says, does anyone want Anthony Gordon for sale? Is he not playing so well? Coventry, counter-attack maybe? No. Boro starting to assert themselves a little bit more on this game, you know. Feels like Boro, if anyone, it is going to be Boro who score. Half an hour to go. 92FC says, I'm a Newcastle fan, but the first strip I had as a kid was Liverpool's Crown Paints one. Do you have one? I do have the Crown Paints kit, yes. And I've got the Hitachi one before that. The Hitachi one was my dad's. So I've got the Hitachi one. But yeah, I've got the Crown Paint. Neither of them fit me, to be fair. But I have got most Liverpool kits from over the years. I've not really bought any of the more recent ones. It's a shame. Maybe if I've got, I don't know. I've got a little girl. Maybe she'll get into football when she's a little bit older. I'll start buying the newer kits again. But I kind of stopped when, I don't know, about maybe 10 years ago, something like that. About the time Jurgen Klopp came. About that time I stopped buying kits, and I don't really know why. I've got a few since then, but not many. Bodo Glimt says, Bodo Glimt 1, Juventus 1. Not Bodo Glimt says. Boro with the ball in. Straight out of play, shocking free kick. Reese says, may as well be on your way to Mallorca in that Newcastle away stand. And Paul Hexham says, Hoddle don't half look like a prat with his moustache. Is he growing it out for Movember? Big Dunk, how's it going, Big Dunk? Good to see you, lad. How's it going? How are you feeling after Everton's win last night? What a result that was. What a performance as well. I've given Everton some shit, but that, to be fair, they were absolutely unreal last night. And they were the better team before the 10 men, and then even better after it, to be honest. They absolutely dominated United. And, that's not a good look for Manchester United. It really isn't. Mind the gap, lad. Hey, listen, you enjoy it. You enjoy it. It's a novelty. Everton don't get often the chance to look down on Liverpool in the table, so you enjoy it. Probably won't last. Well, it won't last very long, but enjoy it. It's very nice for you. Maybe take a picture. Take a picture, put it up, frame it, because you're not going to see it again for a good while. Chibs on channel, great game. I think you still have mid one Coventry. Oh my God, as if I do. How have I not corrected that? Oh, cheers, thank you for reminding me. As if it's not changed. I tell you what. You lads in the chat. I'm surprised we've not been told by now. You've not updated the score. I usually get told every 5 minutes. Sorry. It is, yeah, Middlesbrough 2, Coventry 2. It's because I got distracted, because it was so early in the second half. Big Dunk says, I've noticed you're giving the Blues a bit of verbal, to be honest. Well, of course, in the same way that you do with us. Boro chance. Good block. It's Marseille 1, Newcastle 1. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a goal. Newcastle have been pegged back. But thank you, Chibs. I appreciate you letting me know, mate. I really do. And Mad Pup says, do you have any of the classics like Crown Paints or Candy? I've got the Candy, the grey Candy kit. The classic Ronnie Whelan. I've got that. I haven't got the red Candy kit. I don't think I have anyway. No, I don't think I have. I've got the Hitachi. I've got the Crown Paints. I've got a yellow Crown Paint as well, the one with the red stripes. I've got the yellow Crown Paint, and after that, it's all Carlsberg after that. But I've got most of the Carlsberg kits going back to the early 90s. Loved these two though. The cream one and the green one. They're probably my favourite too. Steve Barton says, "Come on, Key." I know. I'm sorry, mate. It's an absolute shocker. That's so poor. You've got one job, Key. Update the scores. 92 FC, I know some people will not agree, but I would have all the games at 8 o'clock. Looks better under the lights and atmosphere is better. I don't agree with the Champions League 5:45 either, to be honest. And Daniel says Liverpool have a whole host of easy fixtures coming up, but we've got to win them. It doesn't matter how easy they are. It doesn't matter. We've beat Arsenal this season, then we've been losing to Forest and losing to Galatasaray and United. It doesn't matter who you play. We're beating the top ones and losing to the crap ones. It's all right beating Arsenal and Real Madrid. No good if you're losing to Forest and Man United. Just waiting there. I've got a few. It's just hanging out, that one. Someone will have a little nibble at that one. City 0, Leverkusen 2. Oh, City are falling apart. It's Schick. Patrick Schick. The Czech strikers scored for Leverkusen. City 0, Leverkusen 2. Sweet Lord. That's another one. I thought City would win tonight. I don't think I've backed them. I don't think I've backed City. I knew that was going to be a rogue one. I did not fancy City tonight. Reese, may I just add, you beat us by a 45-yard screamer. Hang on a minute. Don't matter how they go in. That's what you've been telling everyone this season. Don't matter how they go in. A goal's a goal, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it's a set piece. A goal's a goal. Don't matter if it bounces in off Trossard's arse. Don't matter if Gabriel handballs it in at Old Trafford. Don't matter, does it? But, yeah, well, there you go. Shit arms. Big Dunk says the only team I fancy the Reds to beat is Wolves. Listen, Wolves are exactly the sort of team that would do us some harm. Wolves are going to stay up this season. That's my shout. That's my controversial, edgy take. Wolves will stay up. I really firmly believe that Wolves will stay up. I could be wrong, but I do think it. Royal M says, funny enough, I was about to place a bet on City and then thought against it. Wise move. Very, very wise move. Ball whipped in, good header and a good save. Boro 1, Juventus 2. That one's starting to look a little bit more like it. Life of Reese says, can't wait to play you away next Wednesday. Listen, Sunderland against Liverpool is going to be a walk in the park for us. We'll breeze past Sunderland. Easy peasy. The Mackhams are no match. Marseille 2, Newcastle 1. All the English sides are falling to bits. We're just waiting on Chelsea. Come on, Barca. But City now getting battered 2-0 at home to Leverkusen. And now Newcastle, from being a goal up, are now 2-1 down against Marseille. Steve Barton says, Hackney with 92 touches in the first 66 minutes. It's all gone through him, hasn't it? It's unsurprising, really. He's a wonderful player, Hayden Hackney. Paul Hexham says, Haaland looking unhappy on the bench. I can imagine. He used to score for fun against Leverkusen when he was at Dortmund, didn't he? And Reece says, Key, how many times have you said you'll breeze past teams and then lost? 6 times in the last 7. Listen, I'll always say it. It's my team, of course. Pup says, beautiful floated ball onto the penalty spot and a wee glancing header. Nice and simple goal for Bayer Leverkusen. Nice and simple. Not good for City. Aubameyang at the double though for Marseille. And Juventus now. Paul, no, it's been ruled out. Bodo 1, Juve 1. Royal M's 6-7. Oh, is that thing? 6-7. Yeah, no. I don't really know what it is. I won't pretend to. Reese, I wonder where we are in the Open Play Goals League. I'll tell you where you are in the Entertainment League. Rock bottom. I've never known a team. So, listen, you've stuck 4 past Spurs and all of a sudden, Christ, we're hearing about it now. But up till, I can't tell you how many people said in the chat after what, 35 minutes. Whoa, Sakamoto and Hackney not having, they're having some words. Go on, lad. Hit him. What happened there? Yeah, that was naughty, that from Hackney. Sakamoto just had a little word with him. He said something to him when he got up, but Hackney, it was a little bit shady, that from Hackney. Getting into that's like the Luis Suarez pinching type of thing. Mark Light says, come on, Cov, need a draw. And 92FC says, what do you think of Asula? Newcastle fans don't know what to make of him. I'm telling you, there's a player in Will Asula. I watched him in the... we did pretty much every game in the Under-21s Championships this summer. And there were some fabulous players, and he was up there with the best of them. He was brilliant, Asula, for Denmark. Chelsea 2, Barcelona 0. Chelsea 2, Barcelona 0. Estevao. Steve Barton says, I don't like floppy motor. Reece, send him off. VAR check on that ref, surely. Send him off. Send the dirty get off. Get him off the field. They don't like it. Here's Boro. Oh, that's brilliant play from Boro. Strike. Good block. And cleared away. It's all getting a little bit scrappy now. Last 20 minutes. It's all getting a little bit scrappy. We've not seen an awful lot of, foot on the ball. And look at that. It's a stupid ball into the box. Coventry hoof it up the pitch. It's a lot of second ball stuff now. The game is getting very... It's getting very bitty. It's getting very fractured, let's say. We're not seeing an awful lot of quality on the ball. It feels like a game where the teams are starting to get a little bit tired from that first half. And now there's a lot of fouls. Look at that. The game's getting broken up by a lot of fouls. Every time Coventry get on the wrong side of Boro, little pullback. Every time Boro start to break forward, Coventry, sigh the player down. So we're not really seeing either team get any real momentum. The ball is going long very, very quickly. Isaac says, I'd rather have you in goal than that brainless clown Pope. And Reece, Sunderland, Newcastle and Boro is going to be interesting next season. Listen, Boro aren't going to be in the Premier League next season, Reece. I don't think Boro are going to be in the Premier League. I think Boro are going to be in the playoffs, and I don't think they come up. And it's purely because of the goal threat. It's nothing to do with the defensively, they're fantastic. Really organised side, but I feel like going forward, unless Hellberg manages to alleviate this in some way, they're not brilliant going forward. Scoring goals is not their forte. 92FC says, Toon Review channel going mad. You can imagine. Stoke in the Prem again. I'd like to see, in an ideal world, if I could pick the 3 teams to come up, I'd like Preston. I'd like Coventry. Preston. Oh, big chance. Oh, Boro very nearly. Ball into the box and Boro very nearly just getting a touch at the back stick. Good defending by Coventry, and now they're on the counter-attack, but Sims gives it away. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. Adam, Trek Anime, Bayern v Arsenal prediction. I think Bayern draw. I think 2-2. 2-2 in my opinion. Let me know what you think though. Here's Boro. Keep him out. Keep him out. Oh, that's a great ball over the top. And Ellis Sims now can stretch his legs. And he's done the player. He's done the fullback. Stood up to the far post. Poor ball choice, that one. It's going to go out for the throw-in. Reece says, bring back the classic teams. Wigan, Blackburn, Bolton. Get Bolton back up from League One. Juventus 2-1 up against Bodo Glimt now. Oh, what are they doing? Boro very nearly, absolutely kamikaze defending at the back there from Boro. From a team that's so good defensively. Ipswich 1-0 up against Hull. Ipswich 2-0 up now against Hull. Literally, as I said that, 2-0 now for Ipswich away at the KC. And Alex says Estevar looks outstanding player. What an outrageous goal that was. Chuba Akpom with the goal for Ipswich. Ex-Boro Chuba Akpom, isn't he? Royal M says Arsenal 1, Bayern 0. Arsenal fan here. I don't think you find a way to stop Bayern scoring. I think Diaz and Kane score. Or at least one of them does. Or Elise. Diaz, Kane, Elise. One of them scores. Seru Gerassi have just scored a penalty for Dortmund, putting them 2-0 up against Villarreal. And 92 FC says, why do they have playoffs? Should just be the top 3 that go up. It makes it interesting, doesn't it? Do you not think? I think we should have in the Premier League, like they do in Germany, where you have a playoff. Like the relegation, it becomes a relegation playoff as well. Or maybe a bit like Belgium. Like Belgium, they have the top 6, they have the European playoffs, and then they have the relegation playoffs, don't they? It's great. End of the season's fantastic. It's brilliant. Great. If you see football as entertainment, then it's fantastic. If you see it as like sport and fairness, then yeah, you're probably right. The top 3 should just go up, but there has to be that entertainment element. Radoni's just come on for Coventry. Torp's going off now as well for... Who's coming on? Radoni came on. Torp's gone off for Allen. Right. Torp for Allen. Adams. Oh, Diaz. Yeah, Luis Diaz suspended. Christ, I forgot about that for the tackle on Hakimi. And Steve says, how did Boro miss that? That's really good play by Coventry. Really, really neat and tidy. And Allen able to get on the ball. See, that's the first time anyone from Coventry has just been able to put the foot on the ball in the midfield and just get his head up and play a nice, simple pass. You can already see Coventry look better. Look at the angles he's giving him already. Here we go. This is what Coventry have needed. That's brilliant. They've missed that. They've missed that. Just someone who'll knit it together like that. And all of a sudden, just look at that. As soon as he comes on, Coventry immediately start to look so much more comfortable. That's the difference. That's a really good move from Frank Lampard. The right substitution affects the game immediately. Key, where's the other microphone? Here. You can't see it, I don't think. Yeah, there. It's right there. Royal M says, I think we will hit Bayern with another counter or set piece. Most likely a set piece. Napoli 1, Karabag 0. Scott McTominay. Who would have guessed it? Who would have thunk it? Scott McTominay with the goal. Napoli 1, Karabag 0. Yeah, Boro have just missed an absolute sitter there at the back stick. Coventry now pushing forward. Here is De Silva. Go on, get at him. Strike. No, you can't. You're not scoring from there. Never scoring from there. Here's Morgan Whittaker. Loses the ball. Coventry now starting to look a little bit more in control of this. Starting to pick up a little bit more space. Allen's starting to really dictate play. Great ball in. It's going to be a corner. Going to be a corner kick. Yeah, Allen has come on and immediately dominated. That little bit of experience in the middle of the park. He's been sensational since he's come on. And Boro haven't really got an answer for it at the minute. He's just picking up those spaces in the pitch and no one's tracking him. Nobody picking him up at all. Since Torp's gone off, I think Torp tended to drift forward a little bit more, whereas you can see that, yeah, Allen's picking up some more. He's been a bit more disciplined. Dortmund 3, Villarreal 0. I think it's another one for Guirassy. Good ball in. Coventry chance. That's wide. It's not Guirassy. It's Adeyemi with the goal. And Mark Light says, I agree. Championship should just be top 3, get promoted. Who do you think will? If you're watching this now, I'm sure you're a Championship fan. You watch the Championship regularly. Who do you actually think does get promoted? Put them in the chat right now if you've got an idea. Let me know if you've got a strong opinion on who actually gets promoted this season. Because it feels like we're starting to see at least one of these take shape in Coventry. 7 points clear currently. Could be 10 points. It depends how this next 10 minutes goes. But Coventry have put a really good performance in tonight at maybe their closest challenger so far this season. This might be, on paper, the most difficult game that Coventry have. Or at least up to now, anyway. Stoke seems to be overtaking that. Paul Hexham, I do not know how City are losing. And Jake says, take Haaland out of that City team and they're shit. Well, Daniel thinks Coventry are absolute certainties. Ian Radcliffe, good to see you, Ian. Nice for the comment. And it's Coventry, Boro, Stoke for you. Okay. Not think anyone could maybe make a late charge to the playoffs. Because to be honest, if you look at the table, it's really tight, isn't it? Like, there's 3 points separating Southampton, Watford. In fact, Leicester. Look at that. There's 3 points between Leicester in 13th all the way up to Ipswich in 4th. So 4th, 5th and 6th, there's 3 playoff spots there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 teams. 10 teams could all feasibly look at those 3 playoff spots and go, yeah, we could have one of them. Easy. Easy. And to be honest, even beyond that, Charlton aren't that far behind. I know Charlton are struggling at the minute, but Charlton, Wrexham, QPR, still think West Brom have got time. You know, there's Sheffield United. I mean, I know they're quite away, given how they've started the season, but they could put a run together. They could feasibly do it. Be some run, but they could. How are Peterborough getting on? Are they still losing? Oh, posh. I can't believe Peterborough losing. Peterborough are killing my bets tonight. I've got Posh to at least get a point against Stevenage. I can't believe that. Ian Radcliffe says maybe Southampton and Bristol late challengers. Oh, is it going to be a corner? It is. Corner to Coventry. Yeah, maybe Bristol City. It'd be good to see Ashton Gate in the Premier League. Steve Barton says, I smell a draw or a late Boro winner. Boro to nick it late. One of these sides to nick it late. I wonder if either of these sides nicks it late. You imagine that's like... I feel like Coventry will probably go up no matter what happens here. I feel like even if they lose, I still imagine they go up. Boro, I feel like, will probably only make the playoffs. I don't see him being an automatic side, just because of their attack, nothing else. But if Boro were to get a win here, the morale... Oh my God, they're in! They're in! Oh, and the keeper's come out. I tell you what, the starting position of Rushworth there saves Coventry. Because it's shocking from Coventry. Absolutely shocking defending. And all of a sudden, Boro are in behind. And he's one-on-one with the keeper. And, you know, Rushworth comes charging out of his net and clears it away. But his starting position had to be so right there, so high. And he comes out and clears it away. Steve Barton says Wrexham will be a playoff team if healthy. Yeah, they've got ability, haven't they? They've certainly got some quality in the ranks, Wrexham. And they'll probably add a few more in January as well, you would imagine. Here's Coventry coming forward now. Still time. 7 minutes plus added time to go at the Riverside. Come on. Let's have a late winner. Let's have a late winner. Van Uwijk. Napoli 2, Karabag 0. That's a free kick, ref. That's a free kick. Coventry. Foul. And it was a foul. It's an own goal in the Napoli game, by the way. Mark Light says it's going to be Cov, Stoke, Boro. Yeah, quite a few saying that. Cov, Stoke, Boro. That seems to be the popular choice, doesn't it, for who's going up this season. Okay. Free kick for Coventry. Grimes plays it short. Swung far post. Cleared away. 92 FC says, I backed Marseille to beat Newcastle. Price 2-1. Wow, well done. Good lad. Far post. Hit it! Oh, they've done it! Coventry have nicked it! Oh, Coventry have nicked it! Oh, it's so scrappy. It is so scrappy. And they've nicked it late on. An absolutely devastating goal from Boro's perspective. Oh, it's an absolutely incredible goal. Why is Frank Lampard not celebrating? I'm not even a Coventry fan. This is unbelievable. It's Kitchen again. Kitchen's second of the game. And to be honest, he got the first one from just being up there, just being in there, in the box, kind of making a nuisance of himself. And I feel like this one just hits him. Does it just bounce off him? It's a great ball in. The ball falls kindly. It's a good save. I don't think does he mean this? Does he mean this? It's a strike initially. Oh, it's lucky. It's very, very lucky. It's a strike from... Is it Radoni? I think it might be Radoni with a strike. And... Oh, Bryn with the save. Radoni with a strike. Bryn with the save. And it falls at Kitching's feet. It just kind of hits him. I don't even think he reacts. It just hits him and bounces in. But it's 3-2 Coventry. What a goal. Maybe a win. Maybe a win. It's a great win, this, for Coventry. But there's still time. There's still 5 minutes to go. We might have more. Here's Ellis Sims driving forward. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. Play on. De Silva. Chance must be. It's 4. Ellis Sims. It's 4-2. And he's giving it the chicken. It's Middlesbrough 2, Coventry 4. 2 goals in quick succession. Same as we saw in the first half. And what a game this has been. What an unbelievable game. Everyone's been saying, Key, why are you not watching the Champions League? You don't get this in the Champions League. Oh, and they're all on their hands on their hips. Luke Ayling, all the Boro players, absolutely devastated. We talked about how big a win this could be for Boro, how season-defining it could be. But I don't think it's going to be. I think this is massive for Coventry. 10 points clear. You've got to give him this is unbelievable. And it's a great ball down the left-hand side. Stood up lovely from De Silva. That's a fabulous cross. Just what you want for a striker. And Ellis Sims, back post, heads it down. No chance for Bryn. 4-2. Get in there. Hey, how's it going, Shell? Good to see you. Unlucky Ian. Ian Radcliffe up the Boro. Mark says Wrexham not ready for the playoffs. And Mark Light, oh my God, Cov fan. Cov fans going wild in the chat. 2 goals in quick succession. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Paul, thank you very much for sending that through, mate. And Kane says, is it 3-2? It's 4-2, mate. You've missed 2 goals. 2 goals in quick succession. Swansea 1, Derby 2. And D28 says, from 2nd to 17th, there's only 10 points in the Championship, so it's anyone's game. And Daniel, you're allowed to watch Coventry from now on. I did lose the last Coventry game that I did a watch-along on was the Wrexham one, so maybe I did bring them bad luck. But this time, in fact, do you know what? I think it's win, loss, win. So the next one, in theory, the next one should be a loss. Because I'm pretty sure we've done win, loss, win, loss, win with Coventry. Four offside goals for Chelsea. Right, well, the referee's just had a little word with Coventry, I think, due to over-celebrating, maybe. Is it going to be a yellow card? Has he sent someone off? He's not sent anyone off, has he? Definitely a yellow card. Either way, Kitchen's got 2. Kitchen's got 2. And Sims has got 2. An assist for Torp, Grimes and De Silva. But those Coventry fans, look at those Coventry fans. That's absolute limbs in the away end there. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely sensational stuff if you're a Coventry fan watching this. That's going to be a foul. Hayden Hackney hits the floor, hits the deck. And it's a quick free kick. Boro getting on with it. Could be. Oh, nearly. Very, very nearly. 4-3. It might not be over there. I can't even say it's over. Because honestly, the result, the performance has just been outrageous at times. Bergzorg smashes that one well wide in the end. But yeah, this could easily have been 4-4. It's been an unreal game. Ben Hughes, yep, 3-0 to Chelsea. Spurs fan says, think Cov are getting promotion. And Mark Lights says, thanks Spurs fan, I hope so. Chelsea absolutely battering Barca tonight. I think that's put everyone's bets down. Barcelona, 10-man Barcelona. Newcastle getting beat by Marseille as well. City getting beat 2-0 by Leverkusen. Not been a good night for English sides in Europe. Albeit Chelsea absolutely smashing Barca. I'm so glad I didn't watch that though. I'm so glad I picked this one and not Barca and Chelsea. I'll be live tomorrow anyway for Liverpool against PSV. And then again live on Thursday for Aston Villa v Young Boys. And then Strasbourg against Crystal Palace. And then back on Friday to the Championship for Oxford against Ipswich. So live every single day on this channel, watching all types of games with you in the chat. We love all type, whatever team you support. Make sure you give us a like and a follow, or at least consider doing so. Good to have you in the chat. We love just talking footy. Talking shite, don't we? We talk shite about footy all night. Reece says, Villa versus who? You're not getting me again on that. No, don't start with that. Don't start with that. Daniel says, I've had big FOMO in the last few days. First the North London derby and now this. Right, there's 5 added minutes at the end of the second half here. Don't think 5's going to be enough for Boro, sadly. But 5 added minutes for him. Ben Hughes, who's the new Boro boss? The new Boro boss used to manage Hammarby in the Swedish Allsvenskan. They've appointed him because he got back-to-back second finishes in the Swedish Allsvenskan, which is like a huge deal for Hammarby. They've never really done it. He's only 37. His name's Kim Hellberg, and he's very, very highly thought of. 37 years of age. He's in the stands tonight at the Riverside. He's watching this. I don't know what he'll be making of it. I mean, if anything, I think Coventry... Well, Boro have looked a lot better going forward than they have done all season, I would argue. But I think they've looked a lot worse defensively. Albeit, I feel like it's harsh, actually, that. Because Coventry, all 4 Coventry goals, you could say, like, they're just incredible goals. I'm not sure if Boro really could have done an awful lot about them. Coventry have won this, and they've deserved to win. But on a different night, I have to say on a different night, Boro could have won as well. But Boro have just not taken the chances at times. They started the first 10 minutes of the game. They were fantastic. They probably should have gone in front. All of a sudden, they find themselves 2-0 down on 15 minutes. 2 quick goals. Boro then pretty much dominate it after that to the end of the first half. Come out second half. They make it 2-2. And then, again, after dominating most of the second half, Coventry, 2 quick goals, 4-2. And that somehow... That, if anything, is convincing why Coventry will be a Premier League side, because they are ruthless. They are absolutely clinical and ruthless going forward, and it's that usually makes Premier League teams. It's their clinical nature going forward and how ruthless they are in front of goal. How many chances do you actually need to win games of football? Coventry don't need that many. They've got 47 goals in 17 games in the Championship this season. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's bordering 3 goals a game, isn't it? It's not far off 3 goals a game. For 17 games as well. Like, not a small number. Like, we're approaching Christmas, 17 games, and they've got 47 Championship goals. Absolutely outrageous. It's the biggest gap any team has ever had at the top of the Championship at this stage of the season. 10 points. They've got 1 foot in the Premier League. They're on course for a Championship record number of points as well. So, massive, massive praise to Coventry. Frank Lampard deserves a huge amount of credit as well. You know, he's had a fair amount of stick, hasn't he, Frank Lampard, for maybe how naive he was at Derby at times and how he was at Everton. He's got it absolutely right at Coventry. He deserves a massive amount of praise. Alison, what a time to be alive. Never been better for us Coventry City fans. Can't believe this run of the brilliant footy we've been playing. And Oliver Dwyer says this proves how quickly a game can change. Very true. Couldn't agree more with that though, Alison. Good to have you on the channel as well. Thanks for commenting. Shell, Everton, we've got Newcastle at the weekend. Yeah, that'll be a good game. I'm going to try and watch that if I can. And 92 FC says, are you a striker, Key? I like to think I am, but I'm not really, no. I reckon I could. Do you know what? I was always good at set pieces. I'm a left footer, so I was always a left back. And not left back in the changing rooms. No, I was a left back. Could take a set piece, though. Like Ian Hart of Leeds. Think Ian Hart. Or Leighton Baines. That was me. Right, it's full time here at the Riverside. Coventry winning 4-2. What a performance that is. Absolutely sensational. Unbelievable goals. 6 goals. All really, really good. I didn't see the second Boro one eventually because we was watching the other game. I was watching the Leverkusen game and I forgot to turn it back over. But there you go. 4-2. Great performance. Really enjoyed watching that one. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you everyone that's commented. Thank you to everyone that's liked, subscribed. I'm live again tomorrow for Liverpool against PSV in the Champions League. If you want to watch along with me for that one, make sure you've subbed. If not, that's absolutely fine too. Great to have you in the chat. I am going to be live for Championship games, League One games, National League games, all throughout the rest of League Two as well, all throughout the rest of the season. Plus Champions League, Europa League, Premier League. We do all of them. We do a nice mix on the channel. So if you want to watch along with some of us, then yeah, please do give us a like and subscribe. Thank you everyone in the chat. I'll see you all tomorrow for Liverpool PSV. Take it easy. Have a nice night.